Straight away, Star Trek Into Darkness kicks off with Captain Kirk upsetting the local natives and getting some spears lobbed at him, whilst his pointy-eared best mate Spock is about to get boiled alive in an erupting volcano that's about to kill the planet. Blimey. And it doesn't stop there, as an evil baddie, played of course by a British actor, decides to blow up central London and kills a load of high-ranking officials at Starfleet HQ itself. This British actor is none other than the star of BBC's Sherlock and the man with possibly the poshest sounding name in the world, Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch. However, one of the officers gunned down in Cumber's attack was none other than Admiral Pike, Kirk's mentor from the first film. Having been briefly stripped of his command, Kirk is very quickly given the Enterprise back again so that he can track down this nefarious baddie and blow him up with a couple of torpedoes. Which doesn't exactly seem the Starfleet way, does it? The plot thickens. With Star Trek Into Darkness, the franchise seems like it's taken a step down the same route as The Dark Knight, as this second outing seems a lot darker in tone. With quite a few characters getting killed off and a heck of a lot of public damage being caused. And although Kirk is stripped of his command of the Starship Enterprise for what only seems like a nanosecond, he still spends a good portion of the film questioning himself over whether or not he deserves to sit in that famous chair. Kirk is more vulnerable, more humble here, although he's still got an eye for the ladies. More on that later. There's still plenty of laughs to be had here, and I was very pleased to see that Scotty gets a much bigger part this time round. Simon Pegg must have felt like all his Christmases and birthdays had come along at once. The bulk of the film is taken up with Kirk and Spock's bromance, and Cumberbatch's character John Harrison being all mysterious. Can he be trusted here, or can't he? Is he the real baddie here? Ooh. And I won't reveal who his true identity is, but rest assured, the Trekkies out there will likely break out in goosebumps when they hear it. Oh yes, and he gets to squeeze a man's skull until it pops, which is always a crowd pleaser. We do get to see the girls getting involved too. Uhura finally gets to kick some butt this time, but the hot blonde scientist girl seems to get instantly demoted to just her freaking underwear within a few minutes of appearing on screen, which even I thought was a little gratuitous. Oh, and speaking of gratuitous, I can confirm that Kirk does hop into bed with another hot alien chick in this movie. Actually, it's two. Guess he's got a thing for green skin and, tails. Well, let's be honest, Kirk will pork anything that has a pair of boobs and a pulse. The rest of the crew seems a little underwritten. All Chekhov gets to do is put on a red shirt and run around looking stressed, while Sulu only gets to sit in the captain's chair for a bit. Meanwhile, Bones is a walking metaphor machine, coming out with such lines as, "You don't rob a bank when the getaway car has a flat tyre," alongside his usual assortments of, "Damn it, Jim," and "You crazy bar steward," which he says quite a lot. However, J.J. Abrams once again manages to pull off the trick of making a Star Trek flick both enjoyable to watch for non-Trekkies like myself, but also hugely rewarding for those in the audience that are Trek fans, like my wife, who really enjoyed all the little nods to some of the previous films and TV episodes from the original series. What was particularly good was a reversal of roles between Kirk and Spock from what happened in the original Star Trek II movie. It was perhaps made even better this way, as Spock finds himself perhaps more at odds with his human side than what his counterpart in the original series did. His relationships here with both Kirk and Uhura make it difficult for him to keep those pesky human emotions under control, which if anything only makes him even more of an endearing character. Although he originally turned down the opportunity to direct some of the new Star Wars sequels, as he didn't want to be seen as the guy who just reboots sci-fi franchises, Abrams has since changed his mind and confirmed that he will indeed direct Star Wars Episode 7. Perhaps Abrams is teasing us just a little bit here. At one point, Kirk's targeting computer fails whilst he's jetpacking through space towards another Starfleet vessel. Use the Force, Jim. Judging from what he's done here with Star Trek, I reckon that what J.J. Abrams will do for Star Wars will not only easily surpass the prequels, but maybe even the original trilogy itself. Yeah, alright Star Wars fanboys, I know that sounds akin to blasphemy, but if anyone can do it, it's him. No pressure or anything, JJ. Star Trek Into Darkness gets a resounding thumbs up from the Big Daddy D.